trade and public. This Ramadan, we're offering 40% off all bathroom suites. Visit us online at midlandplasticsltd.co.uk or call us today on 01902 399 611. Or why not visit in-store at Moore Street South, Wolverhampton, WV2 3JN.
Mubi Bass Electronics, specialist in car audio and home entertainment. Suppliers of leading brands, Samsung, Sony, and Panasonic. We supply and fit all car audio systems, top brands, Kenwood, Bose, and we're an authorized supplier of Vibe product. Visit our store online at mubibase.co.uk and order today for next day delivery. Mubi Bass Electronics are proud sponsors of Wolverhampton Wanderers FC. Call us today for a free quote on 01902 754 546 and quote Ramadan 20 for 10% off. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Mubi Bass Electronics, specialist in car audio and home entertainment.
Khan Builders offer a full range of building services, from major rebuilds to small projects, home improvements, kitchen fitting, plastering, bathroom fitting, extensions, and much more. We pride ourselves on providing a professional, caring, and high-quality service and always meet our customers' needs. Contact Khan Builders today on 07813 950 265 for a free quotation from Khan Builders. We've all spent a lot of time at home lately, and it's time to notice those carpets really need replacing. Let's be honest, we don't want to go from shop to shop, do we? Well, Perfect Carpets can save you the time and bring perfection to your floor. Over 1,000 high-quality styles and colours. Carpets start from only £3 per square yard. Rugs from £30. There's free measurements and free quotation with exclusive trade discounts to landlords and builders. You can't get any more perfect. Make your home with Perfect Carpets, the Black Country's biggest carpet store. Call us today on 01902 428 833 or visit us at 21 to 25 Snow Hill, Wolverhampton, WV2 4AD, and quote Ramadan Radio for 5% off your next order.
Quick Build Construction Limited offer a full range of building services, from major rebuilds to small projects, home improvements, kitchen fitting, plastering, bathroom fitting, extensions, and much more. We pride ourselves on providing a professional, caring, and high-quality service, and always meet our customers' needs. Contact Quick Build Construction today on 07813 950 265 for a free quotation from Quick Build Construction.
Do you have a family member that's passed away and you would like someone to assist you in legal advice? Kenneth Jones Solicitors has been providing legal services for businesses and individuals since 1986. We specialise in probate, Islamic wills and family law. We also offer services in conveyancing, immigration and personal injury. Contact us today on 01902 745 773 or visit us on our website at kenneth-jones.co.uk.
Assalamu alaikum. We're back again. I ended the show, but I didn't realise we had another half an hour. So, Zahid, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. We should have ended it with Hasta la vista. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Well, after all that AI that we were talking about, yeah, that probably would have suited. But Zahid, do you know what? I've got a technical question.
Oh no!
Right. Well,
have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
No, I haven't.
Technical question.
If I could do that with the moon, right, I'd be a billion trillion zillionaire. Now, what it is I was discussing this with somebody earlier on, that the timings of when you open the fast.
All right.
Okay. Now, me personally,
known in the industry as iftar.
Iftar. Well, iftar. According to some calendars, it's 5:45. Now, me, I've had a look at sunset, and it's about 6, 7.
Wow.
So what I do is I wait till it gets dark before I open my fast. But a lot of my family members, as soon as it's the time on the calendar, it's still light outside, and they've opened the fast, and I don't have a go at them, but I'll say, why don't you wait for it to get dark? You fasted all day. Another 10 minutes is not going to kill you, is it?
I think it is a technical issue, and it's about your own mindset, your own intention. Obviously, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very forgiving of us. He understands that
He's
we are
very forgiving.
human beings and we are prone to error and we are weak. So, he makes things easy for us.
Besides,
So sometimes if there is an easy path that we can follow and it is within, and our intention is still to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then I think it's allowable. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't sit well with me that people are eating when, it still seems to be light.
well, that's exactly what I'm saying, because, we're both guys who've got something education behind us, but you don't need an education to look outside and say, do you know what? It's still light.
Yeah, it accords with human intuition, and we have been given a brain to ponder and think.
Absolutely.
And a certain intuition. I think that intuition sometimes it accords with our fitrah that we've been, a God-given fitrah that we've been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'll see if I can get hold of a scholar.
Yes, it would be an interesting debate.
Yeah, from Sunni and Shia, and find out, because me being Al-Shi, I've been told that you've got to wait till it's dark.
Yeah.
And our Sunni brethren, they're
And I'm sure there's a variation in between, Sunni madhabs and things like that. So, I mean, let's have some education about it.
Let's get some education, because it'll be good for me. It'll
Absolutely.
be good. It'll be good for yourself. And I think also, again, a massive shout out to the mosques in Wolverhampton. Again, they couldn't get Ramadan on the same day.
I think that was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek comment, was it?
Well, it's frustrating that our kids have got to go to school, and some of them are fasting, some of them aren't. How come you're not fasting? I'm linked to this mosque, and isn't Islam one Muslim?
You'd hope it would be one ummah. We put our
should be.
differences aside. We can all unite on what is correct, and with clean hearts. And there's meant to be this idea of shura, where we come together and deliberate on decisions, and we arrive at things through some sort of democratic process. And you'd think that we could do that. Unfortunately, there are people who are positions of power. They want to protect their own interests sometimes, I guess. And
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It has to be, because at this moment in time, Waterloo Road went with Saturday.
We don't want to out any
No,
particular
but
masjid. I'm sure everyone is working with correct
They-
intentions.
They went with Saturday, and then the rest of them went on Sunday.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we all have gone on Saturday? I wouldn't have had a problem.
But
I'll tell you
there
that
is
now.
a verse in the Quran, Eitul Bir, which is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains what is righteousness. And he basically says in that, I don't know off the top of my head, but he says, righteousness is not praying to east or west. So not the technicalities. It's about belief in the prophets, the books, the angels, the last day, doing good deeds, and all this sort of stuff. So we shouldn't, I think, get too focused on the technicalities. If particular people want to fast one way or the other, as long as they fast, that is the main thing, and they fast with the right intention to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't like to get too much involved in sort of debates over the very fine points, because, as I said, I think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forgiving of our weaknesses, and as long as our intentions are correct, He will accept our good deeds, inshallah.
No, I agree with you. I agree with the intentions, but again, the reason why man was created was so that they could use their own brain when they make decisions.
I mean, it would be a good thing if we come together as an ummah.
Absolutely.
And I was speaking to some Christian friends of mine earlier today, and they were just saying how amazing it is from their perspective that there's a community of 1 billion people all engaging in this fasting together at the same time of the year. And it's an amazing communal experience to undergo this together. And so, these are people from a Christian background. So they do support and like that about our community. And, they were really speaking with sort of awe about this particular aspect of our faith.
That's amazing. But when you look at Ramadan, it has its big positives. It's the month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes.
If you're fasting, it doesn't matter who you are. When you fast, there's always some kind of asr, isn't there? Fasting, because today, it was a second fast, and they're not hard, are they?
No, they're quite short this year because
they're quite short. Do you remember the June and July ones?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
was tough.
That was when you're just struggling, aren't you? But today, I've just kind of been, I don't know whether it was slightly tired or those things where I'm feeling a bit kind of
it's hard. People have family responsibilities,
Absolutely.
work responsibilities, all to fit in along with the fast. So it's very hard to sometimes fit everything in. Sometimes you drop a ball when you're juggling those sort of different things.
Zahid, let's get on to our main subject today.
Okay.
The ICC Champions Trophy. And
this might be the most controversial thing we talk about.
Mate, listen, we're both Pakistanis, aren't we?
Yeah.
What is going on with the Pakistani cricket team? What is the heck is going on?
It's
what are they doing?
Ever since
So
I've been
embarrassing.
following Pakistan cricket in the 1980s, we've had these sort of issues about the administration is very poor, the people who lead the team in terms of the management team, the coach, the captain, sometimes the players, they just seem to lack discipline. They seem to just pitch up and try to perform on the day. They don't seem to have any long-term planning. They don't seem to be coached very well. The discipline is very poor. And I'm hearing some very bad things about some of the administrators in Pakistan at the moment. Everybody knows in all fields of Pakistani government and business, there's talk about corruption and maladministration.
Massive corruption.
So
Massive.
why wouldn't we think that it happens in the cricket field as well?
Well, the thing is I was talking to my youngest son yesterday, Zach, and he's a massive cricketer.
Very good level he plays at, I believe.
Yeah, he played last season. He had a couple of games for Sussex Twos.
Wow,
So
that
he's
is a good level. County second 11.
Yeah, he's done well. He's just do dua for him. I think he wants to play pro cricket. He's good enough. He just needs the opportunity. We were chatting yesterday or was it this morning? And he said, "Do you know who the new captain for the Pakistani team is?" Well, first of all, wait there. Who's the new in charge manager for Pakistani cricket team? Do you know who that is?
I pay no attention.
Okay, it's Zsquared Mushtaq. Okay. Guess who the captain is?
Captain, I'll guess Babar Azam.
No, Shadab Khan. Okay, he's not even been near the team for a while. Do you know who Shadab Khan is? How's he related to Zsquared Mushtaq?
Right, I do not know about the relationship, but I followed Shadab Khan's career from when he was a youngster.
He wasn't a bad player.
He was extraordinary in some cases, but then he seemed to go off the radar. I'm not aware that he had any links whatsoever with Zsquared Mushtaq.
Married to his daughter.
Right.
So he's the main man, and Shadab's got the captaincy.
There we go.
Yeah, so
that is nepotism and corruption. That is something which has been associated with Pakistan cricket for so long. There was a case a few years ago now, a couple of decades ago, when Javed Miandad's nephew was in the Pakistan cricket team. He was rubbish, and they used to call him Panja or something because he was basically just the nephew of Javed Miandad, and that's
Panja.
what. Yeah.
Yeah. It happens a lot. I mean, if you look at Moin Khan, is
His
lad.
son, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't going to pass the fitness test, is he?
Yeah. Well, fitness for what? Like being a restaurant critic?
Yeah, he's definitely a restaurant critic. He hits the ball a long way, but he ain't going to pass any fitness test. And then, what kind of? I mean, if you're a Pakistani, a budding Pakistani cricket player, and you see him in the team, what aspirations are you getting to get fit?
You know, you'd like to think in this day and age we have meritocracy prevailing in our institutions, whether they be business, education, government, but that is not the case in Pakistan at the moment, and it's sad to see. And our cricket team is unfortunately a massive reflection of that, and it's sad.
Well, did you see the match against India? It was embarrassing, wasn't it?
I saw it was very one-sided. I paid very little attention to it, to be honest.
Well, after the first 10 overs, Pakistanis were in the power play when all the fielders are in, had scored 30.
That is pathetic.
It's pathetic.
Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah. And, my son rang me, the eldest one, Zain, another fine cricketer, and said, I think we're going to win this. And I said, look, India will knock this off in 30 overs, and they did.
I mean, let's give India its due. I mean, they have a fabulous cricket team. They have a system which is very commercially driven. They have to be meritocratic in their selection because the money motive demands it. You know, they have this IPL, the Indian Premier League, which attracts players from all around the world. They have to advance young, capable cricketers quickly up into the team because there's the profit motive at play. People do not want to lose money. The billionaires who own these teams, they do not want their team to lose out.
Well, to be fair with you, good luck to India, but it's the first time ever in their history they've got something to shout about.
Well, I mean, they've got some very good players. They played a mystery spinner against New Zealand in their last game, I heard, and he, like, out of nowhere took a fifer. So, you know, they have these... I mean, in a country of 1 billion people, you are going to get, like, people of extraordinary talent.
It wasn't that mystery. I mean, I played the game as a pro. I mean, you know, a few years ago, I just spanked him around.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's just that... these guys, they can't play spin.
Oh, right. So they're not used to it.
They're not used to it. He's not mystery. He was a good spinner.
Yeah,
but, you know...
You know what? The other thing I'd like to just point out, I mean, you name-dropped the fact that your son played for Sussex Seconds, which is like a very good level, county second 11. One of my friends, this is a much lower standard, he plays for Ealing cricket team, which is basically a sort of
it's a decent
club level. But he was playing in I think it was the seconds or thirds for Ealing, and guess who was playing alongside him for Ealing thirds?
Go on.
Sachin Tendulkar's son. So this shows you the difference in Pakistani nepotism and Indian nepotism. I mean, Sachin Tendulkar, he was like revered in Indian circles, but he can't get his son to play for a county team or a team in India. He has to go play for Ealing Thirds, yeah? While a Pakistan legend, he could get his son playing for a decent team in Pakistan, no problem, because that's the way it works in Pakistan, you know.
It's disgusting.
It is disgraceful.
Yeah.
But that just shows you the difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I've watched some of the highlights of the games, and it looks like it's going to be in Australia. It could be in Australia,
South Africa, or Australia, New Zealand final.
I think it could be Australia playing India, aren't they?
Right, yeah, in Dubai, and then the other semi-final is New Zealand, South Africa, and Pakistan.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough. I think.
I mean, 4 very good teams, and several of them have Muslim players, don't they? Did the Australian team have Usman Khawaja playing?
I don't think so. He's not playing this time. It might be. It might be. I'm not sure. But the thing is what I will say to you is that my favourites look like India are going to win it because their spinners are going to be lethal in Dubai. And that's the other thing that's controversial. Why didn't India play their match against Pakistan in Pakistan? Why did Pakistan have to fly
Again,
out to Dubai?
you get into international politics there. India have refused to play in Pakistan
Why?
for several decades now because I think it goes back to some trumped up issues around terrorism, which at first a lot of the Western countries,
There's no
like
terrorism
England
in Pakistan
and
now.
Australia, seem to play along with. But now even a lot of these Western nations do go play cricket in Pakistan. There's been no incidents at all of a security nature involving those cricket teams.
There isn't. I went to Pakistan last year, and I spent about 4 or 5 weeks there. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. There were no issues. There was nothing. I never even had road rage there.
Really?
It was that nice. Everybody's nice, friendly. Loved it there. I don't understand why India was so frightened to go out there. It just doesn't make any sense.
I think they're trying to make political capital out of it. Maybe they don't have any genuine security concerns and they just want to make political capital out of it. We do know that the Indian government at the moment is run by someone who was previously banned from the UK because of his links with the Gujarat massacre. He used to run the state of Gujarat, Modi. And he was actually banned from the UK and America even because of his links with that massacre which occurred.
Yeah, he's I don't know if we can talk about him, but he's a very interesting character, isn't he?
Yes.
But remember one thing, Zahid. I mean, you're talking to somebody who's been in politics. Remember, we are just a face. The strings are pulled.
Oh yes, there's a lot of powerful lobby groups and interest groups
so
behind any particular politician.
He might have he's definitely got his his ways and his thoughts and his thought process, but there's also people behind him who put him in that place and making sure he does what they, want him to do.
Yes, I can understand that. I mean, it's the same with many politicians. I mean, around the world, they have particular lobby groups behind them who will support them and actually get them into power through fair means and foul.
Well, listen, I mean, look, we've talked about that. And I just want to move on to another sport that you might have some interest in, boxing.
Yeah, I mean,
you must.
I do follow the old boxing, and in particular nowadays the MMA, UFC type.
Well, I'm a massive MMA fan, but I'll tell you something. You know what's been very interesting, and I wanted to share this with you because I don't think I've ever heard you swear. Right? You've probably heard me swear loads, right? You're pretty good like that. This Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr.
This is a blast from the past because we remember their dads, don't we?
Yeah, but this. Don't you think this Conor Benn is, he's just using such foul language?
Yeah, it's
just it doesn't make any sense. Why why can't you just control your
often I
tongue?
think that when people are using foul language, it's either an evidence of their lack of vocabulary that they can't actually articulate themselves without resorting to derogatory or pejorative words. And also maybe there's something else going on in their life which is causing them to act out in this way. I mean, it can be a psychological issue. So, I mean, we've spoken about Matthias Cunha. On the face of it, he seems like a very nice human being, He was giving out presents to children who are disadvantaged, undergoing cancer treatment, to some of the people who work in the barber shop down the road who cut his hair. So he's a very nice, friendly, personable person off the pitch. But then we've seen recently on the pitch, he turns into a monster and engages in completely reprehensible actions. So sometimes we don't know what's going on in someone's life that can drive them and what is causing these sort of outbursts.
The thing is, as a Liverpool fan, I was hoping that, with Salah, if he stays or goes, if he goes, Cunha would be
I couldn't really see Cunha as an exact replacement for Salah because Salah normally plays on the right wing, doesn't he? And then comes in, and Cunha floats on the left and then comes in. So Cunha would be more of a more of a Sane type replacement, I'd have thought, or a Diogo Jota,
But
Cody Gakpo.
my question is that after his outburst on the weekend, if say Arne Slot was looking at him, would he be thinking twice now?
Oh, I definitely think twice. I mean, as I said, I, amongst lots of Wolves supporters, we love Matches Cunha. We've dedicated no less than 3 songs, terrace chants for him, and there was a new one which has just come out recently. But you know, you can't condone that sort of behaviour, and it really speaks to some character flaw, I think. And these big clubs, they have to look at a player in the round. They can't just look at what he's like on the pitch. They have to look at what his behaviour is on the training pitch, what his behaviour is with the canteen staff, what his behaviour is with supporters, and all these sort of issues come into it, and as well as opposition players. So I'm afraid Cunha is really tarnished his reputation with his actions.
Yeah, and I think this is why I was talking about Ben and Eubank, is that, Eubank seems to be very calm and collected, and Connor, Ben, he just seems to be using foul language. And
am I right that Connor Ben's father was Nigel Ben,
yes,
who unfortunately had some... did he have some issues?
He had a lot of issues. Yeah. He's now a Christian, but obviously, he's born again Christian or something.
Yeah, so I remember when in the old days when it used to be Nigel Benn versus Chris Eubank Senior, and that was a series of boxing matches, which was there was a lot of animosity between them, and now it seems to have been passed down to the youngsters. But Chris Eubank Senior is a very urbane, articulate fellow. He's obviously tried to teach his kids how to have that sort of
Chris Eubank
demeanour.
Junior, he's behaving himself. Yeah. And I used to train in East London. I trained at the same gym as Nigel Benn.
Wow.
Yeah, and I used to watch him train, and he was a phenomenal trainer, right?
Was he called the Dark Destroyer?
The Dark Destroyer.
Yeah.
Talking about dark destroying, Zahid, you're not going to believe this. We've got about 30 seconds, and
goodness me, the time has flown.
It has flown. That's why when you're with Zsquared, it just flies. So, just wanted to say bye from myself and Zahid, and just to say that we've got some interesting topics that we're going to discuss over the next few weeks, including AI, and various other things, if anybody out there has got any ideas on what they'd like us to talk about, please do. So
we will set the world to rights.
Yes, assalamu alaikum from me, and
assalamu alaikum from me.